If you've ever found yourself just running 100 miles an hour, starting a bunch of projects but never quite finishing them,
Mhm.
or maybe you get constantly derailed by a colleague who just seems incapable of sticking to a schedule,
Right.
you definitely know the true meaning of time management frustration. We always try to impose this rigid one-size-fits-all system on ourselves.
The color-coded calendar.
Exactly. The color-coded calendar, the strict Pomodoro method,
Huh.
and then we feel like a total failure when we, inevitably crash and burn.
And that failure state, it's almost always stressful. You feel overwhelmed because you're trying to force your natural working rhythm into a structure that just fights your innate personality.
That's a good way to put it.
That fundamental disconnect is exactly what our source material is built to address today.
Yeah.
It's a What's My Time Style assessment, which is published by HRDQ.
Okay, so we've got the full deep dive prepared for you. We're going past just the surface product description to really look at the underlying behavioral science.
Which is fascinating. It's linked to the foundational work of Marston and Young.
Right, and what the assessment reveals, and how knowing your personal style is maybe the shortcut to boosting productivity. And I think this is the most important part, eliminating stress.
That's really the mission here. We're going to unpack this tool and show you how linking your personality to your planning can help you meet those tight deadlines and, paradoxically, free up more time.
Because things are better planned?
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the basics. What does this product actually promise to deliver?
At its core, it's a practical, very easy-to-use assessment, and it's a crucial part of HRDQ's style suite.
Okay.
The core idea is pretty straightforward. People divide their time and prioritize tasks based on these deeply ingrained preferences.
So if you ignore that preference,
You fail. This assessment is designed to help you discover your unique approach to deadlines and, well, efficiency.
the benefits then are really all about alignment. By identifying your personal style, you get this self-awareness that lets you boost productivity.
But not through brute force.
No, not at all. It's through optimization. And that optimization reduces stress because you're actually meeting the deadlines you set and you reclaim time for what really matters.
And what's fascinating to me is how quickly they bridge that gap between a soft skill, like personality, and a hard skill, like planning.
Right.
The source material positions HRDQ as a leading publisher known for, and I'm quoting here, thoroughly researched, reliable, and validated training tools.
So that background immediately signals this isn't just some pop psychology quiz.
Exactly. It's grounded in established behavioral theory.
Okay, so let's get into that theory because this is where the deep dive truly starts. You mentioned Marston and Young. How do those big personality theories actually apply to whether I use, a calendar or a scrap of paper?
Well, the assessment is entirely based on their established theories, but it's adapted specifically to the context of time.
Hmm.
It moves beyond just simple observation, and it measures an individual's preference for one or more of 4 basic behavioral styles.
Mm.
That framework is what provides that critical aha moment for the learner.
That moment where you realize why you do things the way you do.
Precisely.
So we're not just talking about being organized versus disorganized. We're talking about 4 very distinct ways of viewing time, tasks, deadlines.
Yes, and we should define them.
Let's do it because this feels like the critical missing piece of the puzzle. What are these 4 styles that the scoring reveals?
The 4 specific styles are direct, spirited, considerate, and systematic.
And understanding these is everything.
It is.
Okay, so let's take the direct style. If you score as direct, you're inherently action-oriented. You see the clock ticking, and your top priority is getting results, like right now.
Move, move, move.
Yeah. Your whole time management style is about efficiency, moving quickly to a conclusion, maybe sometimes at the expense of a bit of planning. You're the person who looks at a long task and asks, what is the absolute fastest path to completion?
And in complete contrast, you have the systematic style.
Right.
This style is driven by planning, by order, by precision. Their approach to time is super structured. They need logic and data to make decisions.
The spreadsheet person.
The ultimate spreadsheet person. They thrive on these detail-oriented schedules and processes. They avoid chaos. But their trouble spot is that their meticulous planning can sometimes lead to
Analysis paralysis.
analysis paralysis, or just being rigid when something unexpected comes up.
That immediately highlights a potential workplace clash. If a direct person just wants to start and finish, and a systematic person needs 2 weeks just to plan the start.
They are going to drive each other absolutely crazy on a project team.
For sure.
And then we have the 2 remaining styles, which often deal more with the emotional or relational side of time management.
Okay.
The considerate style prioritizes relationships and cooperation above all else. They are highly responsive to the needs of other people.
So great team players.
Fantastic team players. But their time trouble spot is saying yes way too often. They take on too many responsibilities, and they let emotional commitments govern their schedule instead of strict priorities.
I think we all know someone like that. And finally, the spirited style. These are the creative, the idea-generating people who are easily excitable. Their time is approached creatively. They love variety. They often thrive when they're juggling multiple tasks.
What?
But structure bores them. Their natural style is resistant to routine, so hard deadlines and detailed organization feel restrictive.
Which can lead to those last-minute panicked rushes to the finish line.
Absolutely.
And the key insight here, something the source material really emphasizes, is that the assessment doesn't try to make the spirited person systematic.
Or the considerate person direct.
No. It acknowledges that time management training can feel, kind of ho-hum when it tries to force everyone into the same box. Instead, this assessment is about leveraging your natural style. You learn how to optimize being spirited.
Or how to set better boundaries if you have a considerate style. That is the ultimate takeaway. It's not about changing who you are. It's about making your natural approach finally work for you.
Right.
So let's talk mechanics. How does someone actually get these results in practice?
It's extremely efficient. The assessment itself is a 21-item questionnaire. It takes, approximately 10 minutes to complete?
10 minutes. That's it.
That's it. It's quick because you're simply choosing the statement ending that most closely reflects your approach in different scenarios. Very intuitive.
And after that, what do you get?
The scoring reveals a personalized My Time style profile, which clearly shows your dominant style or maybe a blend of styles. But the real value is in the learning outcomes it aims for. It's all focused on application.
And application is where this moves from just interesting theory into actual practice. What are those 4 core outcomes?
Okay, so first, obviously, is just identifying your personal style.
Yeah.
Second, learning specifically how to capitalize on your inherent strengths. So if you're direct, how do you use that urgency effectively?
Got it.
Third is understanding and actively avoiding the potential trouble spots. Like the systematic person learning it's okay to relax a deadline sometimes. And fourth, and this is so crucial for the workplace, is improving interactions with others who have vastly different time styles.
That 4th point, that's where this becomes invaluable for any team. Once you know a colleague is spirited, you start asking them to meticulously track their hours.
Yes.
And you start helping them prioritize their bursts of creative energy. You understand why the considerate colleague is drowning in extra work. They just can't say no. It completely reframes conflict.
It really does. It changes the tone of the conversation from, say, accusation to strategy.
Right.
This tool helps a team understand that when a deadline is missed, the problem isn't necessarily laziness. It might just be the direct style feeling of budget enough time for obstacles.
Or the systematic style spending way too long perfecting that initial plan.
Exactly.
So if someone like a group trainer wants to bring this into their organization, how is it typically implemented?
The assessment is quick, but the learning can be scaled up. It can definitely be used as a standalone assessment, but it's often integrated into broader training programs.
Okay.
So while the assessment and the initial review take about an hour, the workshop that goes with it is designed for 2 to 4 hours, and it can be delivered virtually or in person.
And the method they use is the experiential learning model, which suggests that the session is less of a lecture and more about hands-on activity.
That's it. It focuses on that cycle of doing something, reflecting on it, and then applying it. Now, as for the logistics for administrators, the HRDQ team offers a few standard ways to get the assessment.
Okay, let's quickly summarize those options for any trainers or admins out there. We probably don't need the super specific product codes or anything.
Right. In short, you can choose between physical assessment materials, which include forms for manual scoring. That's ideal for non-computer-based training.
Sure, if you're all in a room together.
Exactly. Or the more modern approach, which is the online assessment credit system. It uses an administrator account to distribute the assessment, and it delivers these electronic, personalized reports with color charts and everything.
And they also have a self-enrollment option.
They do, yeah. It's a simpler option for individuals or maybe for trainers who just want to evaluate the product on their own.
And for those trainers who are adopting it for the first time, what kind of support is there to make sure they can confidently run a session like this?
Oh, the support is comprehensive. They offer a facilitator guide for the print version, which includes all the detailed instructions, activities, even a ready-to-use PowerPoint presentation,
So a full toolkit.
a full toolkit. And beyond that, for first-timers, there's the Quick Start Train the Trainer, or QST.
Okay, what's that?
It's a personalized one-hour virtual coaching session with a subject matter expert. It's just designed to get you comfortable running the workshop immediately.
And they also have companion products, right, to sort of reinforce the learning.
Yes. They offer a book called Personality Style at Work, which dives deeper into communication across all the styles, so it extends beyond just time management.
That's useful.
Very. And they have visual aids, like a style model wall poster, to reinforce the concepts visually during a training. The whole support system is designed to make sure the learning actually sticks.
Long after the session is over.
Right. Ultimately, the most important takeaway from this deep dive is that true time management effectiveness.
Mm.
It isn't just about discipline or finding the perfect app.
No.
It is deeply rooted in your behavioral style, as validated by the theories of Marson and Young. The critical value is in understanding that link, the personality science, why you do what you do, because that understanding is the simplest, most direct path to reducing your stress.
So what does this all mean for you? It means the ability to understand if you're naturally direct, spirited, considerate, or systematic allows you to finally stop fighting your own nature. It also immediately gives you the language to understand those time-related frustrations you feel toward other people. You can stop judging a colleague's chaotic desk.
And instead focus on how to strategically integrate their spirited energy into a team effort.
Without compromising the overall systematic plan, it's a game changer.
It is, which raises an important question for you, the listener, now that you know the four styles and their strengths and their weaknesses.
The need for speed from the direct style versus the need for detail from the systematic style.
Right. Knowing that, what are the first two practical changes you would make in your daily routine right now to immediately capitalize on what you suspect is your dominant style strength?
A great thought to chew on as you move forward. That wraps up this deep dive into the world of personal time management styles. Keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time.